Morning, and yes, I have a little bit of a head cold, so pardon me for the day. I want to do another video on flipped leaves, and I've got out my new Marcos. I'm going to my swatches, going to the greens, and I went through and I pulled 64, and then I wanted 60, and then I'm going to skip 66, and I'm going to go to 96, and then I really don't want these darker ones, but I know I need one more, so I'm going to do 69. So these are the colors I'm going to use. All right, and you saw it's a matter of choice, whatever you want. But there's no reason that everybody can't do a nice leaf. So putting these in my hand in color order, because the barrels don't always reflect what the pencils really look like. So I put them from light to dark. That way I can just pull them in and out of my hands. Now, what we're going to concentrate on today is actual leaves that are flipped. And what I mean by that is like this one right here. And I've got my plastic in here already. And that's just going to help me be able to put some pressure on the book and not have to worry about going through to the page that's behind it, not to dent it in per se. All right, I want to make sure I get y'all lined up. Okay, when you're doing a leaf, I've taught you that whatever is in the bottom gets a little darker. So let's just take this whole section here. I've got the darker, and I usually start with my lighter, but we're going to try something different and just see if it helps y'all. The darkest is what's going to be on the very bottom. Now notice how lightly I'm doing this. Okay, this is my first run through, and I want to be able to blend, so I've got to keep it light, especially since I'm going to lighter colors as I go. Okay, so that's the bottom layer. Then one layer up. This is underneath this. This is underneath. So it's going to get a little bit of the dark. This is way underneath, so it's going to get dark, and it's going to get nothing else because it's so little. So I am going to go ahead and do that solid right now. This is on top. This is underneath this, so this right under that edge because it's underneath. Anything that's under is going to get that little bit of dark in there. And I will deepen and darken this up as we go, but I want to show you in real time. Okay, I put my phone on airplane mode. Hope nobody needed to get hold of me because I didn't want to get interrupted. Now see, this strawberry's on top, so I'm also going to darken here. That little bitty piece of green here and here. Just go all around. And then getting lighter, softer pressure so that I'll be able to blend. This is under this. So dark right there. Then lighter pressure. Okay, I think we've done under everything. Now let's go to our lightest. Now opposite, anything that's on the very top is going to get lighter. So this is on the top. And now I have to decide, where do I want my darks? And I think I'm going to put them along this ridge right here, which means I can go ahead and do all of this light. You have to kind of think ahead on some of that so that you know where you're headed with your colors. Little circles is going to help you to blend easier. You have to do some straight lines to get in those areas, I understand. Ooh, look, that is on top of that. Missed it. Go back, grab that darker. And yeah, there's a lot of dark on this one, but this one's in the very back. Because it's in the very back, I'm not going to use this lightest color on it, except right here at the edge. Just right there, just a little bit, because I don't want it to be totally dark. Then this is on top. So just this little edge is going to get some light green. I'm going to just barely do a little touch of that green there, because that's in the back. This is in almost the very front of everything. So I'm going to do that. Oh, look, there's a tucked under little piece that we missed. So go back to the darkest dark. Get that little piece that's tucked in there. Okay, back to my first color, my lightest. Now see, this one's on top, so this one's lighter. This is on the bottom, so that area is darker. I used to teach a crochet class, and one of the ladies would sit and she would listen to everybody, but she wouldn't talk. And I asked her one day during class, I said, "Are you okay? You never say anything." And she goes, "Oh, I'm counting." She goes, "And I love to sit and listen to the conversation, but I have to tell myself, wrap it around, poke it through, wrap it around, pull it out," with her yarn and with her hook. So she wasn't talking, but she was really listening to everything. Some of you may need to sit and talk your way through a page of leaves. This is on top, this is on bottom, this is on top. And just do it, for yourself until you can get down what's on top, what's on bottom. Now I'm going to the second color. Okay, second color. And I'm going to go right next to that first color, going light as I circle around there so that it can blend. Because I don't want very much difference at all between that first and second color. I want it to just blend. See, I'm just doing circles around and around. Now I can let this go out a little further. And I'm not worried about any of the lines or the vein work. And I know some people that color and they would do each one of these stripes and everything. I don't worry about that. I don't go back in and put heavy lines over the stripes. I let the color stand on its own. So now, once we've established what's on top, it's like who's on first, then we can go ahead and from this point, just start putting one color next to the other. And see, that's on top of that. Missed it, so I'm coming back with my darkest color. And I'm going to go ahead and put some in there. Just because it pops this up to the top. Makes it look like it's closer. Okay, back to my second color. And that is not a doorbell, y'all. That's a clock. Okay, just little circles, just blending into the color that was before. And I already did this, remember? So we need to do this. Oh, we need to do this little piece too. That little flip. Book's moving on me just a little. Hopefully y'all are being able to see around my hand. Real-time coloring. This takes time. It's not something that most people can just fly through and really get a good page. You're going to have to spend some time working on it. Now this is down into there and this is down into there. So I do want that dark down through that center area. Okay. Just keeping up with my circles. Now I could go back to my first color and blend this and this, but I'm going to go on to the third color. And this is my last color besides the darkest. So now everything else gets this color. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back in with the first color and use it like a blending stick. Okay? I'm going to use it like a blending stick, and you're going to see what I'm talking about in just a minute. And I do want to put some of that first color in here, so I'm not going to do that so solid with this. If I had room, I could have snugged some of that first color right there. And most people don't grab like 4 or 5 colors for leaves. I just like to. Sometimes I like to just see how much I can cram in one area. Okay, I am going to take this dark and put it right here on that line. And on this line, because that is my stem. I won't go over all these lines though. I'm going to let them more or less just stand for themselves. Okay. Yeah, y'all say a prayer for me. I'm just not feeling the best. I had a sore throat last week and it's gone. But now all this seems to have gone into my head and sinus. Even my teeth were hurting yesterday. It's the weirdest thing. But here in Texas, we don't get a real good hard frost or snow. And so everything never really dies off. And last year it was just really bad as far as not getting any cool weather. And so, yeah, we need a really good freeze just to help kill some stuff off. And then it rained yesterday a little bit. So the barometric pressure was all screwed up in my head. One of my jobs is a substitute for a learning center. 3 months through 4 years. And when I work there, I tend to pick up everything the children have to. And I've been working in the baby's room and in the 1-year-old room. And you have all those snotty little noses. Wonderful children, though. That's why I don't give it up. But my doctor told me you're just going to keep getting sick till you build up immunities. So here we are again. Okay, now, can you tell that this is on top of this? This is on top of this. This is on top. This is on top of all that. Now I'm going to come back with that darkest color that I was talking about earlier. And see, we're already at almost 14 minutes. Okay? So you can see how I'm taking my time. Now I'm going to pop this leaf to the front. Watch how I do this. I'm going to come in here with a little more pressure and deepen all this up. Do you see how it popped it forward? And then I'll fade this into that next color, just with light circles. So you can blend it in fairly easy. I want to pop this closer to the front and this one, so I'm going to go around here behind it. Remember, this is what we did at the very first. I'm just deepening the color now. Just adding more layers, because remember at the first I said we were just setting it there. We weren't really going to deepen it a lot till we got going into the picture. Now my little circles to blend. See how that lifted that forward and pushed that back? Now I want to lift this forward off of this, because this piece that I'm coloring is behind this, which means it should be further back because it's folded. Okay, a little bit of color there. Now this is in front of this, so let's deepen this a little bit. And it looked okay before, but hopefully you can tell where it looks even better now. Okay, so whereas okay is fine, I want to do my best. Okay, I want to do a little better. I want to strive to do the best work I can. This little piece, this little bud, is on top of this. So let's go around this one more time and see if we can't push that bud closer to the top, to where it looks like it's laying on top of it and not just next to it. Okay, that, my dear friends, is how you do your leaves that are folded and layering top to bottom. I'm just adding a little bit more green to this because it looks like it's got a lot of the yellow in it. Okay, I'm happier with that now. Same here. Okay, so the back ones are a little darker, front ones are a little lighter. There's a bit right there that could be blended more. And right here. All right. So I think I'm going to put out a challenge to the ladies over on Facebook. The ones that are in our group, Coloring Books Keep It Clean. I believe we're going to do something that has lots of leaves in it and practice these leaves again, because we've had a lot of new people over there and I want to see how they're doing. All right, have a good one, and I will catch you on the next video. Bye.